It's NBA. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan. Tonight, the New York Knicks taking on the Denver Nuggets. The Knicks able to win the opening tip, and we're underway here at Madison Square Garden. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Screen coming. The screen sets him up for two.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Nikola Jokic with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Knocked loose. And that's going to get out of bounds. It remains Nuggets basketball. Nikola Jokic, he's never made the playoffs, but upon further review, he is a special center.
Got that 5-year extension for $146 million, and I'm willing to say this, he will be one of the future centers in the game.
Knicks with the basketball. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Knocked loose. And that's going to get out of bounds. So it stays Denver basketball. Barton to Jokic. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Martin into the front court. Leads a bucket. To Jokic. Oh, Nikola Jokic. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Old school equals high percentage.
Layup goes down. Well done.
Here's lesson number 1. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of breakdance move they might hit you with.
Won't go. Hayden into the front court. Down 2. That's toughness right there. Physical inside. Gets it to go.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Miles Bridges. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
New York in control of the basketball. Pass there, taken away by Denver.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
To Jokic. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Nikola Jokic trying to cash in on a 3-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Free throws good. A 3-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
And he's got the free throw as well. comes the screen. They go to Jokic, down low. From the painted area, won't go down. Green. The monster stuff. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Draymond Green able to recover with the block. Nikola Jokic. He's now 4 for 6.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Green. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Down low Jokic to Miles Bridges.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. The lead is up to 5. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Gets to the basket and scores.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Millsap. To Jokic. Nothing going here on that drive. Barton to Jokic. Here's a chance from long range. Not that time. That one's going to be out of bounds. Can't connect from inside. 4-3. Not easy.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Denver as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 24, Mason Hey, check up. Let's go. Into the game.
To Millsap.
Number 50.
And finishes strong. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Here comes the screen. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Stuffs it down with authority.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
To Redick. Moves reverse to lay it in.
Now, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but you have to take it one possession at a time. You have to continue to chip away. It hasn't been the best first quarter, but if you get a couple more of those to drop, you'll find yourself right back in this ballgame.
Millsap. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Missed it at the line. Slams it down. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That ends the first quarter with the Knicks enjoying a sizable lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. That's good. Barton to Miles Bridges. Rebound hauled in by New York. Tough make through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Barton into the front court. Down a bundle.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Stuffs it down with authority. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Nice finish at the rim.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
The possession lies with New York. Stuffs it down with authority. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
Cash is in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Hayden. Stuffs it down with authority.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Barton. To Miles Bridges. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
And he missed the free throw. The follow won't go either. Brunson. Got it.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Nuggets have the possession. Great dish to set it up. Marcus Morris tips it. That's his third block this evening.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Stuffs it down with authority.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Martin into the front court. His guys down big. To Miles Bridges. Oh!
Blocking some...
Knocked it away!
Oh! Some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. To Miles Bridges. Whoa, look what I found.
You know it's a bad block when somebody snatches the ball out of the air. Wow.
Brunson to Payton. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. That's a forced shot from Elfrid Payton. Off the mark. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First free throw is good. Two for 2 on that trip.
Keep working him out, boy. He can't guard you.
Nuggets with the basketball.
I got ball.
Barton to Millsap. The pass set it all up.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Whistle blows. It's an 8-second violation. And that one out of bounds off a Nugget. It's a 5-second violation. Deep 2 there, won't go. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Knicks entered the locker room at halftime with a significant lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the New York Knicks. The Nuggets have yet to appear after one half of basketball. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. Have a look at the leading scores for the Denver Nuggets.
Game track. Defense.
The New York Knicks are using defense to create offense, and it's coming off blocks and steals. They're putting in work on both ends of the court.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Nuggets have the possession. Jokic. Probing the defense. Here comes the screen.
Get through the screen. Get through it. Get through it.
Trying to cash in. Harris's shot won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Knicks with 4 to shoot. Has a look. Step back jumper.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Barton into the front court. He'll run the offense. Jokic to Miles Bridges. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Hayden to Julius Randle. Big finish that time for Julius Randle.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Hayden with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. New York with 4 to shoot. Beyond the arc for 3. That's not his range. It's no good. It's Denver's ball to Millsap. Josh Richardson sends it away. Ooh, 5 now.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Number 51, Jason Tatum.
Blocked away.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
To Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges slams it down.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Martin into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
I got him. Here we go.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Throws it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Jokic. And he buries it.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Let's see what the Knicks can do here. To Julius Randle. Yes, tough shot. It's got to go up to go in.
From somebody who loved to score a lot himself, defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
Miles Bridges. Nice swat that time. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Barton. On a pass stolen by the Knicks.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
Tatum. Oh, that's how it's done.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
New York Knicks basketball. Stuffs it down with authority.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Hayden into the front court. His guys holding the big lead.
Double team, double team, double team.
Good defense. He had nowhere to go. The result, jump ball. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line. Elfrid Payton at the line for 2 shots. Numbers not in his favor. 61% for his career. And he connects on the first free throw. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Denver's got it.
Screen coming left, screen coming left.
Probing the defense. Barton. Lets it fly from long range, and the rebound taken down by Green.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Redick, that's playing with fire. J.J. Redick, wide open. Good luck.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the three.
Barton into the front court. His guys can get a 2-for-1 if they time this out. Screen coming. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Get down, get down, get down. Half court, here come, here come. D up, D up.
Crack on.
To Payton. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Off the iron. No good. Kicks it around the perimeter. Has a chance. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Oops. He missed the first one. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Draymond Green with the block. Make that 7. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Elfrid Payton. That misses with a second to go. 3 quarters down. The fourth quarter coming up. The Knicks are way out in front. The Knicks to inbound here to start the fourth quarter, and it might be time to empty the bench, Jay. This game appears to be well in hand.
And their starting 5 has certainly earned the fourth quarter off. They've been terrific this ball game. And this is the type of game where you find a chance to relax. You ice up, you watch your other teammates play, you applaud them, and you get ready for the next game.
To Redick. Wide open look, won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Rises for the slam.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Draymond Green snatching it out of the air. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Trying to cash in. The jumper's off the mark. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Got some for him.
Randall has a look.
Rebound.
And the rebound's taken by Plumlee.
I got him, I got him.
Has a chance. The shot almost.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Possession lies with New York. From long range, he was all over him. Surveys the floor, trying to cash in. Knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Cashes in for two.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Mason Plumlee. Green always looking for the steal. Fires the three. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing. I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
No kick. For the New York Knicks, number 2 and number 50.
To Jokic. Oh, emphatic slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Knicks with the basketball. To Richardson. Able to convert inside.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Nice pass to set things up. And a throwdown. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Got to be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Runner's good there.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Jokic. And throws it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Lock up, lock up. Here you come.
Slam dunk.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
To Miles Bridges. Jokic to Will Barton. Rebound comes down to the Knicks. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
That transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. Possession.
blood coming in for both sides.
Entering the game for the Denver Nuggets, number 45, J.J. Redick.
That is great vision to set it up. A big finish at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Denver ball right now. Jokic. Easy path to the rim.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
To Brunson. Green
Double team. Here we go.
has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit. And scores. Plus the foul. Draymond Green with a chance at three. Coming up at the line.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw's good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
Deep left corner. For three, that's off the side of the rim. Short.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Nuggets have the possession. Jokic to Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges slams it down.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
And a nice finish at the rim.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Martin into the front court. Down a bundle. And scores. Strong take.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Count it.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Martin into the front court. His guys down big. Jokic to Miles Bridges. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Terrific vision. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Martin into the front court. He'll run the offense. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in.
And he adds the free throw. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. Long key from three-quarters court. It's a victory for the Knicks as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Knicks were merciless in this game. They did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the New York Knicks.
Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special.
Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present.